Before we get into today's program, there's an important opportunity I want to share with you over these next couple of minutes. The semi-annual Big 5 Lab Bundle sale happening now through next Sunday. Taking control of your health has never been easier, and saving $1,000 in this huge semi-annual event for the Big 5 Functional Medicine Lab Bundle is a win-win. These are the exact top 5 lab tests I recommend to every new wellness client in our integrative health practice that are ready to stop the guessing and finally take a comprehensive deep dive into their overall health and well-being. Each of these labs offers a unique perspective of assessing the body and how certain underlying imbalances may be holding you back from achieving your optimal level of health and vitality. By running the Big 5 Functional Medicine lab tests, you will have the ability to actually discover what your deficiencies and toxicities are. And from there, you can then build your body back up while ridding it of toxins that are stealing your energy and performance and having you feeling less than your best. The Big 5 consists of the Minerals and Metals test, the complete Candida Metabolic and Vitamins test, the IgG Food Sensitivity test, the Omega-3 and Inflammation test, and the complete Stress, Mood, and Metabolism test. Each of these state-of-the-art labs were specifically chosen for ease of use. That means I can mail these labs directly to you and they can be completed by you right at home. And that translates to better compliance, faster results, and happier, healthier clients. Plus, included in this big money-saving package, you'll receive a coaching call with a certified integrative health practitioner to review your lab results. This is the time of year that I personally run my own Big 5 labs to stay on track with my energy and performance. It's time to stop guessing and finally take back control of your health and body. This opportunity for big savings on the Big 5 won't happen again until next year, so get started with the link in the show notes before the offer expires. Now enjoy the show. Although we are truly unlimited in what we can achieve in mind, body, and business, we all have both known and unknown factors that are holding us back. Today on this episode of the Breaking Boundaries for Entrepreneurs podcast, being in full integrity with our mission of transforming your mind, your body, and your business with integrative health, you're going to discover a secret weapon to help you reveal the hidden health keys that will unlock your entrepreneurial potential. I appreciate you being here. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Mort. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you're busy taking care of business, yet who's taking care of you? As a certified integrative health practitioner and consulting hypnotist, I'm widely considered a leader for naturally improving energy and performance, as I've coached world-renowned entrepreneurs and athletes to higher performance health and unstoppable confidence. Here you'll find no wasted time as we distill my unique blend of functional medicine, ancient wisdom, and subconscious reprogramming into actionable steps to create ultra-healthy and laser-focused super achievers. If you're ready to take your energy and performance to the next level in your life and your business, then this podcast is for you. Because today, you're going to start breaking boundaries of your mind, body, and business with integrative health. And when you do that, your possibilities are limitless. I'm grateful you're here. Welcome to episode 6 of the Breaking Boundaries podcast for entrepreneurs. I'm grateful you're here with me today for this conversation, and naturally you want to stay till the end when we bring it all together on how to avoid failure and reach your next level of success. And for all the show notes and links, visit jeffreymort.com/podcast. So the title of today's show, The Secret to Discovering the Hidden Health Keys That Unlock Your Entrepreneurial Potential. In today's conversation together, we're going to discuss your concerns about the challenges entrepreneurs face, boundaries, if you will, in striving to be their best selves, despite chronic health symptoms holding them back. And these can be things such as poor sleep, low energy, morning or afternoon or even all-day brain fog, chronic fatigue, joint pain and inflammation that can affect concentration and focus, maybe gas or bloating, shortness of breath if you do a lot of speaking, and maybe you've seen your doctor and he or she was dismissive about what was going on with you. And they told you that it was part of the aging process. Maybe they told you that your blood work looks normal. I'm doing that in air quotes for those of you listening, not watching. And maybe they've even told you that it's all in your head. And this happens a lot when clients come to me talking about pains that travel throughout the body. The pain is never in the same spot, from day to day. And they tell me that their doctor told them it was all in their head. Very, very dismissive point of view for that. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs that may have seen maybe several doctors. Perhaps they are diagnosed with a condition or a disorder or a syndrome or an official dis-ease of the body. And this can be anything from arthritis or asthma, IBD or IBS, POTS, which is posterior orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or something like PCOS in women, type 2 diabetes, fibromyalgia, autoimmune issues or other dysautonomia conditions, acid reflux or GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disease. And maybe you were told you have to live with it or manage these symptoms or these diseases with a lifetime of medications that have side effects that are completely unwanted and unwarranted. You may not have realized it, but a condition, a disorder, a syndrome, or a disease is nothing more than a group of symptoms that are given a name. And now I have to give you my disclaimer because we've actually mentioned names of conditions and disorders and syndromes and diseases that I do not, as an integrative health practitioner, give medical advice. That's for your medical doctor to do. And I do not diagnose, treat, or cure disease. That, again, is for a medical doctor. What we do is what we're talking about here today, and that is to discover the underlying root causes. That's where we work as integrative health practitioners. So very important. A condition, a disorder, a syndrome, or an official disease is not something that you have. Many people will say, I have XYZ. It's not something that you have. It's something that you experience because of two reasons. And those two reasons we talked about in episode number 4. If you missed episode 4, go back and listen to it. And those are the two reasons why you get ill and what you can do about it. So you might be wondering, what else is there that I can do? Well, have no fear. As a certified level 2 integrative health practitioner, I have the solutions to stop the guesswork, to stop that silver bullet approach that everybody's looking for from the latest marketed miracle supplement or patch or, one macro diet plan. I'm here today to provide state-of-the-art science and a proven plan to get sustainable results for entrepreneurs just like you. Allow me to introduce the concept of functional medicine and how it differs from conventional medicine. Functional medicine's focus is on root cause analysis rather than just palliative symptom management. Functional medicine also looks at subclinical biomarkers, and more on that in a moment. Functional medicine looks at a functional range as opposed to normal and disease state of conventional medicine. Let me explain that. So in functional medicine, there is what is called an optimal range, and then outside of that is either functionally high or functionally low, and then outside of that, you could sort of color code these. In the middle, we're looking at a functional range of green. And then if you expand out a little bit more, there'd be a yellow zone where now we're getting into some caution. We see things that are not quite where they want to be. They're not in the green range. They're outside, either functionally high or functionally low. And some of those ranges are, a low would be green as well because it would be good. But in some instances, and we'll get into more of this in a little bit, some instances, you don't want to be too low, you don't want to be too high, but you can creep into that range, which is functionally low or functionally high, where as opposed to conventional medicine, where they are either looking at green or red. Functional medicine gets into the red zone as well, and that's where things are extremely low or extremely high. And So what conventional medicine tends to look at is either normal or diseased state. Those are your two ranges. You're either a normal or you're in a diseased state, and they don't look at functionally low or functionally high. Now, functional medicine uses more accurate mediums other than just blood work. For example, you may or may not know that saliva is a more accurate way to evaluate hormones like estrogen and progesterone or testosterone, hormones like DHEA and cortisol, which is our stress hormone, or that a very small hair tissue sample is best for looking at mineral deficiencies and imbalances, as well as heavy metal toxicities as well. Or that maybe urine, not maybe, this is definitely, that urine is more accurate to look at neurotransmitter levels like dopamine and norepinephrine and serotonin, which is your happy, feel-good neurotransmitter. And then also for gut health markers for things like yeast and fungal overgrowth or vitamin deficiencies, urine is the best medium to look at, not blood work. However, functional medicine does use a simple blood spot test, similar to that, somebody that's monitoring their blood sugar would do a lancet on their finger and drop blood onto a test strip. Functional medicine uses simple blood spot tests to look at markers for things like thyroid, and not just TSH, which is thyroid secreting hormone, like your primary care physician may look at, but a full thyroid panel, including things like free T4, free T3, TPO antibodies. These are very, very important to get the full story for what's going on with the thyroid, what's going on with your metabolism. In addition to that blood spot test, there's also a blood spot test for insulin, for hemoglobin A1C, for vitamin D2 and vitamin D3, which is the most important form of vitamin D for you. A blood spot test is also used for inflammation and looking at healthy levels of inflammation or unhealthy levels, as this blood spot test can certainly tell you that. Omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, things like IgG food sensitivities, which are completely different from food allergies. You know if you have a food allergy if you eat shellfish and your throat swells up. However, a food sensitivity, most people don't realize that a food sensitivity can manifest into a symptom such as brain fog, headaches, migraine headaches, joint pain, up to anywhere from 24 to 72 hours later. So, tell me what you had for lunch 3 days ago. You probably can't remember, but that could very well have been the cause of your headache 2-3 days later. And there's so many more functional medicine labs. And all of these labs I just mentioned, the minerals and metals test, the candida metabolic and vitamins test, the IgG food sensitivity test, the stress, mood, and metabolism test, and the omega-3 and inflammation test are all bundled for huge savings in what we call the Big Five. And naturally, you'll want to learn more over at jeffreymort.com/shop. You can learn all about these labs over there if you want to take a deeper dive, more than just this 20-minute podcast. And additionally, for other pathogen detection like parasites or H. pylori or other gut bacterial overgrowth can be detected with a simple stool sample. Very, very important for discovering underlying root causes of GI symptoms, gastrointestinal symptoms. So the power of these at-home functional medicine lab tests is beyond anything I've ever experienced prior to becoming an integrative health practitioner, level 2 certified. And if you're like most entrepreneurs, you want to explore the benefits of using at-home functional medicine lab tests to identify the underlying health issues that conventional medicine may overlook. And very, very powerful. I'll just go through some of the points of why you may want to do these functional medicine lab tests. Convenience, for one. These are done in the privacy of your own home. Definitely saves time. These are completely painless. There's no phlebotomist if you're the type of person that has, hesitation to having blood drawn. No phlebotomist necessary. completely painless. Privacy. These are done, like I said, in the privacy of your own home and done through the mail or a courier service. So these labs are, the samples are taken at home and then they are put into the package, prepaid label, goes into the mail, either U.S. Postal Service or your courier. And if you're international, these labs include shipping back to the lab. Accuracy is another main point for these functional medicine labs. The functional medicine range has a smaller tolerance compared to conventional medicine, so they are much more accurate. And I'll tell you right now, there is no false negatives with functional medicine labs. Availability is another reason. These are available in over 26 countries, either through a naturopathic doctor or a level 2 integrative health practitioner, or at our private wellness practice, Love Energy Wellness, where you also have flex spending account or health spending account opportunities over at our private wellness practice. And most of all, the biggest one of all, is peace of mind to finally discover why you may be feeling the way that you do. Unlike most healthcare practices, here you receive, this is probably the biggest part, because just knowing the information of why you feel the way you do from these at-home functional medicine labs, if you're working with a level 2 certified integrative health practitioner or myself at loveenergywellness.com, you're going to receive a personalized wellness plan from any of the level 2 health practitioners or from myself at Love Energy Wellness. And this will determine what your next steps are according to what your labs say. So today's program, I'm not here to sell you anything. Today's program is about awareness. And it's clear that most entrepreneurs don't know that this option is available. And not just for entrepreneurs, this is available for family health as well. These labs can be done from age 3 and up through well over 100 years old. These labs can look at exactly what's going on to help you to optimize for whatever health goals you're looking to optimize for. And that's what it's all about. The plan is always determined on what you're looking to optimize for. Is that for overall wellness? Is it for weight loss? Is it for longevity, age reversal? Is it for bodybuilding, body transformation? So that determines what plan is set in place and put forward for you to follow after we know exactly where you're at. So, and I also want to add to these functional medicine labs is that coming in October of 2023, I'm not sure when you're listening to this episode, but coming in October 2023 at Love Energy Wellness, we're going to be offering biological age testing once we are completed with our high performance health program. So looking forward to that as well. I just did my own biological age test, and what did it tell me? It told me that I have some work to do. Yes, I do. And that's probably from my experience over the previous year of experiencing long COVID and having to recover my health. So right now, my biological age test is telling me that I am 5 years older biologically than I am chronologically. And because this is my first biological age test that I did, I'm not quite sure where I would have ranked prior to having COVID and going through long COVID, which was completely debilitating, like totally took me out of commission for completely out of commission for at least 3 months, but it was a 12-month process from when I had COVID to when I did damage for not taking care of myself, and then going through that process of being completely out of commission and then rebuilding my health and bringing myself back to where I am now. So I can only imagine that pre-COVID, I probably would have had a biological age that was less in number than my chronological age. If I tested, I'll be testing my biological age every 6 months, is my plan. So anyways, bringing that to you in October of 2023, biological age testing will be available at loveenergywellness.com in our high performance health program. So let's build a bridge here. Let's build a bridge between conventional and functional medicine. Full transparency, I'm not against conventional medicine. I'm not against conventional lab work. We still need our medical doctors. We still need our primary care physicians. We still need our registered nurses, our nurse practitioners. We need them for emergencies. We need them for imaging, for things like CT scans and ultrasounds and MRIs and surgery, for acute care, as well as the absolutely useful annual blood work for your complete blood count, for your LDL and HDL cholesterol and triglyceride panels, and to look at iron and white blood cell counts and other markers. Totally part of the program that we have here at Love Energy Wellness to look at that through conventional blood work as well. But there's a synergy between conventional medicine blood work and functional medicine lab tests. I've worked with many clients and their primary care physicians to help them reach their wellness, their weight loss, their performance, and longevity goals. And it's with this integrated approach which we can provide a comprehensive view of an individual's health and empower entrepreneurs just like you to optimize their performance. So I want to share a success story of an entrepreneur, one of our private wellness practice clients, enrolled in our concierge VIP program, who was referred to us while not getting the results from conventional medicine, then experienced breakthroughs in their health and business by leveraging these lab tests. And I want to start off by saying client confidentiality is one of my highest values. So I'm going to be as discreet as possible here. But this client was a high profile client, had a business servicing global business leaders, loved their business, but completely stressed, overwhelmed, not sleeping well, clinically obese, which is a BMI, a body mass index of between 30 and upwards of 40 and beyond, on 5 different medications, experiencing low mood, low libido, diagnosed with multiple conditions, and just really not feeling well. And as you may have guessed, this was impacting their entrepreneurial performance, as well as enjoyment of their world traveling lifestyle. We ran the Big Five, plus the bacteria and parasite lab. We found deficiencies, we found toxicities, we found stealth pathogens. We worked out our bio-individualized wellness plan and worked through that process. And within just 21 days, they already had some amazing results. And then after our 3 months of working together, actually I worked with this client for about 6 months, they were sleeping better. They were feeling better. They were thinking clearer, had more energy, better mood, improved libido, lost weight and moved from the obese category down to just overweight, which is a BMI of 25 to 30 range, off of most of their meds. Now, per their medical doctor, that's not for me to determine whether or not a client gets off of their meds. But once they're feeling better and they approach their primary care physician with the results, then their doctor can say, okay, let's back off on a few of these things. And as you're probably thinking, they were less stressed and performing much better at what they loved doing in their business. So I want you to imagine that story for yourself. That is completely possible. And when we're working from possibility and not from circumstance, anything is within reach. So now that you have an understanding and awareness for the power of at-home functional medicine lab tests, the fact that you're still here with me means that you're ready to take action and experience this for yourself. The secret to discovering the hidden health keys that unlock your entrepreneurial potential. And of course, you're interested in scheduling your complimentary consultation with me at jeffreymort.com. No obligations, just a conversation between you and I to talk about your number one health goal and possibly what at-home labs may be right for you today. And as a bonus, we have a limited number of free inflammation at-home lab tests. I'm all about giving. I said I wasn't here to sell you anything, but I am here to give you something, and that is a free inflammation at-home lab test to look for unhealthy levels of inflammation in the body. And you only have to pay the, $17 or $20 for shipping costs on this free $99 lab test to experience firsthand the power of functional medicine. It's my mission to help you to avoid failure. And, that failure could be a weakened immune system and getting sick often. That failure could be, I want to help you avoid all-cause mortality. And those could be things like heart attack and stroke, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even dementia. And these labs can help in early detection of all those things. These labs can show you what burnout stage that you are in. And, I didn't mention earlier when I was mentioning diseases and conditions and syndromes, but CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome, that's burnout. And we can see what that looks like progressing or regressing on a functional medicine lab. In particular, the hair tissue mineral analysis, one of the easiest labs to do with just a simple snip of hair that goes to the lab. They burn it, analyze the carbon, and they tell us what minerals and metals are being excreted out of the body. But that can tell us your body's level of stress and your body's reaction to stress through that simple hair sample. And then also, helping you avoid failure in mental health challenges. So many clients, prospects, people I speak with are either diagnosed or self-diagnosed with ADHD. And that can certainly be brought to our attention on labs. We know exactly what to look for symptoms of ADHD, whether it's in adults or children, and help you to overcome those mental health challenges. And I want you to have success. Imagine breaking boundaries into better sleep, better mood, always being healthy, no downtime from being sick, having more energy, performance, and vitality. And this will help you to unlock your entrepreneurial potential. So wrapping things up here, I want to bring it all together with your three key takeaways. Number one, integrative health is in collaboration with conventional medicine for your well-being. And without it, you're just guessing. You could be guessing. You're just guessing and wasting valuable time and your money. And I don't want you to do that. Number two, at-home functional medicine labs are a powerful tool for overall wellness, performance, and longevity. And finally, number three, discovering the underlying root causes and reaching your wellness goals is within your reach and totally accessible no matter where you are in the world. I'm so grateful for you joining us today on episode number 6. And if you could, please help us serve more people by taking just 1 minute. You just spent 20 minutes with me. Spend 1 more minute after this program is over and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. That will help us to serve more people, and I appreciate you for doing so. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there, and then share this program with those you care about. Because by now, it's clear that I'm here to support you with breaking boundaries in mind, in body, and business with integrative health. Thanks for being here. Before we say goodbye, you may not have realized it, but you can get free daily access to our thriving Love Energy Wellness community and support group where you'll join health-conscious entrepreneurs just like you. I know you're concerned about your health, energy, and performance. That's why I personally answer your questions daily, invite you to our weekly live calls, and share pro-wellness tips for energy and performance and exclusive offers just for our community members. This is also your support hub when we gather every 90 days for a total body and mind reset, also known as the world-renowned Dr. Cabral Functional Medicine Detox Protocol. You're going to love the way you feel every time. So if you're the kind of entrepreneur that values your health as your greatest asset, naturally you'll want to join and invite your friends, your family, and your colleagues to our community where you'll feel loved, supported, seen, and heard. Visit loveenergywellness.com to join the community, or the link is also right here in today's show notes. I'll see you soon.